Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to Secrets of the Ancients, where we uncover the hidden mysteries of lost civilizations and dive deep into the secrets that shaped our world. I'm your archaeological guide, ready to take you on another mind-bending journey through the corridors of time. Picture this scene with me. November 26, 1922. British archaeologist Howard Carter peers through a small hole into a tomb that has been sealed for over 3,000 years. When asked what he can see, he whispers the words that would electrify the world: wonderful things. But what Carter discovered that day would spark mysteries that continue to baffle archaeologists even today. Today's incredible investigation will reveal shocking secrets about the boy pharaoh that will challenge everything you thought you knew about ancient Egypt. From stolen treasures to cursed expeditions, from mysterious masks to hidden chambers, the story of King Tutankhamun is far more complex and controversial than anyone ever imagined. Before we unveil these earth-shattering revelations, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss the ancient mysteries we're about to reveal. Let's travel back to the Valley of the Kings, that sacred burial ground where pharaohs sought eternal rest. Unlike the grand tombs of other rulers that had been plundered by grave robbers over millennia, one small tomb remained hidden beneath centuries of debris. This wasn't just luck, it was a perfect storm of circumstances that kept King Tutankhamun's final resting place safe from thieves for 3,000 years. The tomb was smaller than average and tucked away in an already extensively explored area. Construction debris from nearby tombs had covered the entrance completely. Most intriguingly, there were zero writings or signs on the outside. No royal cartouches, no warnings, nothing to indicate that a pharaoh lay within. But here's where our story takes a dramatic turn. Was Howard Carter the heroic archaeologist we've been told about, or was he something far more sinister? Recent discoveries have unveiled a shocking truth about the man we thought was a dedicated scientist. Secret letters dating from 1922 reveal Carter's little 10 for them, 1 for me policy. In correspondence with his friend Sir Alan Gardner, Carter admitted to keeping artifacts from Tut's tomb, items that should have gone to Egyptian officials. One particularly damning piece of evidence? An amulet Carter claimed didn't come from Tut's tomb, but was proven to be an exact match to others found there. Even the British director of the Egyptian Museum suspected Carter's sneaky endeavors, but couldn't prove it at the time. But the shocking revelations don't stop there. Alfred Lucas, who worked with Carter, later claimed that the famous archaeologist had secretly cracked open the burial chamber door himself, then sealed it back up before the official discovery. Why would he do this? The theory suggests Carter and his crew entered early to get their hands on precious artifacts, selling them only after their deaths to avoid suspicion. As news of the tomb's discovery spread, so did tales of an ancient curse. The curse of King Tut claimed that anyone who disturbed the pharaoh's eternal rest would face mysterious and untimely ends. The most famous victim was George Herbert, 5th Earl of Carnarvon, who had funded the expedition. He died just 1 year after the tomb was opened, sending shockwaves through the archaeological community. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle himself, creator of Sherlock Holmes, claimed that evil elementals had caused the explorer's demise. But here's what modern science reveals. Herbert was already in poor health when he arrived in Cairo, and he died from a common disease. When we examine the numbers, the average lifespan of those supposedly cursed was more than 20 years after the tomb was opened. Howard Carter himself lived for 16 more years. The real explanation? Scientists now believe the curse was actually deadly mold. Aspergillus fungi that had survived for millennia in the sealed tomb, growing on the grain offerings buried with the pharaoh. When inhaled by people with weakened immune systems, these ancient microorganisms could prove fatal. What exactly was stolen from King Tut's tomb? French specialists conducted intensive research, comparing old photographs from the 1920s to objects in museums and auction houses worldwide. Their discoveries are astounding. A collar that once adorned Tut's chest was broken into pieces. Some fragments ended up at the Nelson Atkins Museum in Missouri, while other parts were fashioned into a necklace by unnamed collectors who tried to sell it in 2015. Even the museum confirms this information on their website. A magnificent headdress lost beads that were also strung into jewelry, now held at the St. Louis Art Museum. Another ceremonial collar made of glazed ceramic spent time at the Metropolitan Museum in New York before being returned to Egypt just over a decade ago. Now, prepare yourself for one of the most shocking revelations in archaeological history. That iconic golden mask, the face that has become synonymous with ancient Egypt, may never have been intended for King Tutankhamun at all. Look closely at detailed photographs of the mask. Notice something unusual? Those are holes for earrings. In ancient Egypt, earrings were typically worn by high-status women or children. While Tut began his reign at 9 years old, he died at 18, well past the age when Egyptian males would wear earrings. But here's the truly mind-blowing evidence. The mask bears a magnificent beard weighing 5.5 pounds. Have you ever seen a 9-year-old with such facial hair? The proportions don't match either. By age 18, Tut would have had the face of an adult man, making a child's mask impossible to fit. Some researchers propose a stunning theory. The mask was originally created for Queen Nefertiti, Tut's stepmother and one of ancient Egypt's most powerful rulers. When Tut died unexpectedly, his burial was arranged hastily. Some experts believe the paint in his tomb was still wet when it was sealed. Recent analysis suggests the royal name on the mask was altered. Originally, it may have read Queen Nefertiti before being changed to honor the boy king. The beard could have been added later to make the feminine mask appropriate for a male pharaoh. Archaeologist Nicholas Reeves studied high-resolution photographs of Tut's burial chamber for months, examining every pixel with scientific precision. He spotted what appeared to be outlines of 2 doorways that had been blocked and plastered over to hide them from view. Could King Tut's tomb actually be the outer chamber of a much larger burial complex? Reeves theorized that the legendary Queen Nefertiti might be hidden behind the western wall, her undisturbed tomb waiting to be discovered after 3 millennia. Ground-penetrating radar was brought in to peer through solid stone. Initial scans in 2015 seemed to confirm the presence of hidden chambers. The archaeological world held its breath. But science had the final word. After double-checking with advanced technology, experts concluded there were no hidden doorways. The mystery of Nefertiti's burial location remains unsolved to this day. What X-rays and CT scans have revealed about Tut's mask is absolutely extraordinary. The first X-rays in 1967 were taken for practical conservation, but they unveiled secrets the ancient craftsmen never intended to reveal. The mask wasn't made of pure 24-karat gold as many believed. Instead, it contains 23-karat gold mixed with copper, making it more flexible and easier to shape. The ancient goldsmiths heated and hammered the gold sheets repeatedly to achieve the perfect form. But the most incredible discovery came by accident in 2015. When the mask's beard was knocked off during maintenance, restoration experts made a 3-dimensional scan that revealed a hidden gold tube inside the beard, an ingenious attachment system that proves the mask's construction was even more sophisticated than anyone imagined. Why did a pharaoh who ruled for nearly 10 years end up in such a modest tomb? Recent evidence suggests Tut's successor, Pharaoh A, may have orchestrated a deliberate cover-up to erase the boy king from Egyptian history. When archaeologists examined A's own tomb, they found identical artwork. The same painted baboons that appear in Tut's burial chamber. The style and decoration are virtually identical, suggesting the same person chose the artwork for both tombs. But there's one crucial difference. A's tomb is magnificent and spacious, befitting a pharaoh, while Tut's is cramped and hurried. The theory suggests that when Tut died unexpectedly at 18, his grand tomb wasn't finished. A seized the opportunity, claiming the impressive burial chamber for himself and relegating the boy king to a smaller, hastily prepared space. Modern analysis of Tut's mummy has revealed extraordinary details about his life and death. DNA testing identified his parents and revealed he suffered from a rare bone disorder that may have made walking difficult. He likely died from malaria, complicated by a broken leg and other health issues. The mummification process itself tells a story of haste. Unlike other royal mummies that were prepared with meticulous care over 70 days, Tut's preservation shows signs of being rushed. Chemical analysis reveals that the mummy actually caught fire during the mummification process due to botched embalming techniques. The discoveries don't end with Tut. Egyptian archaeologists recently found the most ancient and complete mummy yet discovered near Cairo, a 4,300-year-old burial covered in layers of gold. This find, along with others in the Step Pyramid complex, shows that we've only scratched the surface of ancient Egypt's secrets. Even the famous Queen Hatshepsut, who ruled Egypt for 20 years, was identified through detective work worthy of Sherlock Holmes. When her sarcophagus was found empty, archaeologists used a single molar tooth to identify her mummy among unidentified remains. Fellow time travelers, the story of King Tutankhamun proves that every archaeological discovery opens new questions rather than providing final answers. From Howard Carter's controversial methods to the mask that may have belonged to Nefertiti, from ancient curses explained by science to tombs that reveal political intrigue, the boy Pharaoh continues to challenge our understanding of ancient Egypt. What amazes me most is how modern technology keeps revealing new secrets hidden in plain sight for nearly a century. X-rays, kinetic scans, DNA analysis, and ground-penetrating radar have transformed archaeology into a high-tech treasure hunt that would astound the ancient Egyptians themselves. But here's the question that keeps me awake at night. If we're still discovering secrets about the most famous pharaoh in history, what other mind-blowing revelations are waiting beneath the sands of Egypt? What do you think about the theory that Tut's mask belonged to Nefertiti? Do you believe Howard Carter was a hero or a thief? Share your theories in the comments below. I love hearing from fellow archaeologists.